What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to a very important Miggles update. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it. Okay, so if you guys have been paying attention to Miggles over the last few days, it's had a decent bounce. It had actually broken back above a $30 million market cap, but right now it's back down to $27.9 million. But I would like to just point out, however you draw this macro downtrend, you could argue that Miggles has started to break out of it. We have clearly broken above this trend line. That's usually the first step towards a reversal. And in general, you can see that this macro support range has held extremely well. This tells me that there's a very good chance that Mr. Miggles has bottomed at this point. Now, is that guaranteed? No, it's not. However, if we look at Ethereum, Ethereum is looking significantly better. If you guys have been watching any of my previous content, I've been talking about how I want to see Ethereum get back above the 200-day moving average, this yellow line right here. And you can see that yesterday we actually closed a candle above this level. And then I said I would like to see a continuation candle, and that is exactly what is happening right now. Obviously, we're going to have to see how this candle actually closes, but this is a fantastic look so far. Now, the main thing that I'm watching is to see if we can come up and put in a higher local high. If we can get back above this 2,880 range, then I think that'll be a very bullish look for ETH. And naturally, the better that Ethereum does, the better that a project like Miggles is going to do, because Miggles is built on Ethereum. Now, if we come over here and we look at base Memecoin's rank, this is where things are very interesting. So in a lot of my previous Miggles videos, I've been talking about how Miggles is very competitive with Doginme and Keycat's volume. However, at this point in time, Mr. Miggles has higher volume than Doginme and Keycat and Ski Mask. And Doginme and Keycat both have a Coinbase listing. This is the kind of thing that makes me very bullish on Miggles. Exchanges love volume. And what makes Miggles so intriguing right now is it really does seem like something is cooking behind the scenes. If you look at some of the wallets that have been loading up, you can see that Wintermute has been consistently buying Miggles recently. You can see that it's changed 49%. I want you to ask yourself, why is their market maker loading up? Now, I can't tell you for certain what's about to happen, but it really does feel like this is the calm before the storm. If you come over here and you look at their X account, it really does feel that way as well. They just had a Spaces yesterday, and I recommend you go and listen to their part of it. But when you just look at some of their posts, you'll see what I'm talking about. You can see right here that Base posted this on June 23rd. It's time for a new day one. The next chapter of Base is coming, and you're invited. And you can see the date is July 16th. This happens to be Mr. Miggles' birthday. Now again, does this mean anything for Miggles? Not necessarily, but it's definitely a date to keep your eyes on. But right now, everything just seems to be pointing in the direction of something big is coming. Obviously, again, I can't guarantee anything, but I love to see that Wintermute is loading up heavily. And again, when you look at the volume is phenomenal right now. I can't stress this enough. Keycat and Doginme both have Coinbase listings, and Miggles has higher volume than both of them. That should tell you a lot about this project. Now, I do also just want to point out for Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is starting to do very well. In my previous videos, I was pointing out how Bitcoin was in this clear macro trend line. We had been rejected several times off of this level. However, yesterday's candle also broke above this level, similar to Ethereum breaking above the 200-day. And as of right now, we appear to be putting in a continuation candle. Right now, both Bitcoin and Ethereum look significantly better than they did previously. Now, do understand when you look at Bitcoin stochastics and you look at Ethereum stochastics, they're getting overbought. Oftentimes that can lead to a pullback. However, it's interesting because last time it didn't. So this was definitely an anomaly, but you can see during the original breakout, we had extremely overbought stochastics, and then Ethereum still exploded afterwards. Am I saying that the same thing is going to play out right now? No, I'm not. Usually that is not the case. But it is something to keep in mind, so don't just sell because you think Ethereum's for sure going to pull back. The fact that we're getting a continuation candle right now is very bullish. That being said, we're getting close to heading into a weekend, and it's almost the 4th of July, so volume could fall off. Right now, Ethereum and Bitcoin are in very interesting situations. They've gotten back above key levels, but we're going to have to see if they can maintain that. But that's about it for the update today. If you guys are interested in Miggles and you guys are interested in getting into other projects super early, then I always recommend taking a look at my Discord. We really have been printing in here this entire bull run. If you look at the all-time gainer list, we've hit some massive multipliers. And if you go through the crypto gain section, we're printing in here almost every single day. And if this is the kind of community that interests you guys, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I really would love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are feeling about Miggles. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.